When you start a new career in MotoGP 25, you're tempted to jump straight into Moto2, or even MotoGP, but I wanted to earn it. I went for the old school route, starting from the bottom, Moto3. And for that, I picked Rivacold Snipers on the Honda. It's slower than the KTM Rockets on the straights, sure, but I'm hoping to make up the difference in the corners. Then came the first big choice: rivalry, development, or prestige. I could have gone head-to-head with Boisserie, build some rep, build a relationship, but honestly, I don't care about being buddies with Boisserie. Development with Carrero? Too slow, too technical. I want something bold. So I picked prestige, beat Matteo Bertel over the course of the season. He's one of the frontrunners. That means if I beat him, I really prove I belong here. Thailand, round 1, my Moto3 debut. And it couldn't have been tougher. A wet track, a bike I'm still getting used to, and a circuit that's always felt awkward to me in every MotoGP game. I just can't seem to find the flow here. Practice was a mess. Last place. Qualifying? Even worse. It started raining, and I couldn't find grip anywhere. Dead last again. Not exactly the dream start. Race day. Still raining. That raised the risk. Crashes, low grip, unpredictable AI. But it also opened the door. If I could survive, maybe I could snatch some points. The lights went out, and I got away clean. Nothing spectacular, but I stayed tight to the inside line heading into turn 1. Then, chaos. A crash right in front of me. Riders swerved left and right, and I just threaded the needle, sneaking through. I passed a few, including my teammate Carrero, and by the time we exited turn 1, I was already up to P19. From there, I saw an opening at turn 3, after the long straight, and went for it. It was risky, maybe overambitious, but I kept the bike upright and came out side by side for P14. With the slipstream down the next straight, I took it. Then another crash ahead in turn 4 handed me P13. I was in the points, in my very first Moto3 race. And that thought alone was electric. But in the rain, that kind of excitement can quickly turn into survival mode. The next section of the track, turns 5 and 6, has always been a struggle for me. The lines are strange. The rhythm never feels right. I slowed more than I should, and the gap to P12 grew fast. But I made it through without mistakes. The rest of the lap was messy but manageable. Coming out of turn 11, heading into the final corner, I braked as late as I dared to stop the AI from sending it up the inside. I missed the apex slightly, but I kept the position. Lap 1, done. Still in 13th, still in the fight. Lap 2 began with a mistake. I took turn 1 too cautiously, and O'Shea didn't need an invitation. He dove past me like a rocket, but I stayed calm, caught his slipstream down the long straight, and reclaimed the spot before turn 3. It wasn't ideal. The fight with him meant the group ahead was pulling away, and I was burning through energy just to stay in touch. But somehow, I held firm. Even through my weaker section of the track, I kept the bike stable. O'Shea was breathing down my neck. I could hear him behind me. But I crossed the line, still in 13th. 2 laps in, and I was surviving in the points. Lap 3. I braced for O'Shea's attack in turn 1, so I braked deep. Maybe too deep. I went wide, but held position. Turn 3 was better, a little wide, but it gave me speed. I pulled a small gap, finally, but it didn't last. Lunetta crashed ahead in turn 8, right in my line. I flinched, went wide, and O'Shea was there again. This time, Fernandez came too. It turned into a brawl. We touched more than once. Elbows out, shoulder to shoulder. Fernandez got through. I took the spot back, briefly. But he's known for being aggressive. He sent it up the inside in the final corner. That was lap 3, a dogfight, but I was still hanging on. Lap 4 started with another battle, this time with Fernandez. Side by side into turn 1, I edged him out. But O'Shea was gone, half a second up the road now. Turn 3, again, I went in too hot. The front nearly folded. I saved it, but ran wide. That opened the door for Fernandez and Furusato to come through. Luckily, my exit speed was solid. On the run to turn 4, I swept back past both of them. But it was getting harder. Every corner felt like a gamble. Still, P13. 2 laps to go. Lap 5 was where it started falling apart. Same mistake at turn 3. Front slid, I went wide, and lost out again to Fernandez and Furusato. I tried to cut back inside, clipped Furusato's rear tire, thankfully no crash, but I couldn't retake the position. Then, Almanza arrived. In turn 5, he dived up the inside, we touched, and I was shoved completely offline. Just like that, I was down to 16th. Now it was all about damage control. I fought off Piqueras in the final corner, just barely, and entered the last lap outside the points. One lap to go. The gap to Almanza in 15th was over a second. I pushed hard into turn 1, hoping for a miracle. Instead, I went too deep again, and Piqueras slipped by. Down the straight, I could feel the Honda's lack of power. I wasn't catching anyone. So I went all in at turn 3. Same move as earlier. Same mistake. Front end slid once. I caught it. Then it slid again. And this time, I didn't. The bike folded under me, and I hit the deck. That was it. Game over. I knew Thailand would be tough. I didn't expect it to end like this. No points, a crash, and a long flight home with nothing to show for it. But I fought. I passed riders. I showed flashes of what I can do. The road ahead is long, but trust me, I'm just getting started.